Hello, so we are back.
Yeah.
Yes, the excitement with another segment that we are very both passionate about, and this is the menstrual hygiene management. So before we go even further, my name is Faith Mutindi, and I'm here with
Linda Ngondu.
yes. So as you guys know very well, in a week's time, May 28th is the World Menstrual Hygiene Day, where we celebrate the gains we've had so far, the wins, but we also want to highlight some places that we could improve on. And I heard, Linda, there's a theme. Of course, there's a theme this year. So what's the theme?
Innovations in menstruation.
Yes. So today I feel like we should just basically have a small trajectory from where we started and where we're going. And yeah.
So basically, as she said, we've had a lot of gains during the recent past. We can start with 2004 being the year we zero-rated our sanitary towel products and all the other products from tampons, towels, and cups. This, of course, was implemented by the government of Kenya. And then in 2016, we had them up.
Before even you go that far, like, this is a big deal. Honestly.
It is.
Because a lot of countries are still having to pay tax on something so basic, something so necessary. So this was definitely a win and a gain for us.
Yeah, it was a win and a gain for the women and girls in Kenya, given that zero rating products is given to products that are essential and fundamental for human beings to survive. And yes, mark you, we are in Africa, we are in Kenya, and we were the first country in the world actually to zero rate.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, I know it is a big gain.
It's exciting, really. So we had the zero rated pads, but it still wasn't enough, unfortunately. So thanks to advocacy and necessary noise, for sure. Tell us what happened.
So after that, we've had the 2016 Maputo Declaration on Gender that ensured that governments should take up policies and make laws that promote human rights for women and girls, especially when these human rights are barred by religious and cultural beliefs and even government in terms of political beliefs and structure. So with this in mind, the government of Kenya went a step ahead and had the Basic Education Act. So the Basic Education Act ensures that every school-going girl who has begun her menses, her periods, right, can get a free packet of sanitary towels from the government every month.
Awesome. I remember this, and this was like, whoa, we have done it. We have done it. So I feel like the world, like, all the eyes were on Kenya. They've done it. The first country. Basically, we did it before Scotland.
Yeah.
Scotland just did it the other day, Feb, I think, in 2020. So at this point, I feel like, yes, we did it, and it was a huge gain, and we celebrated. But I feel like we were praised to a fault, like, government has set aside some money. I think it was to 40 million, jumped to 400 million. But currently, as in, we have cases in Coast just the other day. They were complaining there are no pads, kids are at home, parents don't know what to do. The Migori woman rep who's received like a ton of backlash for saying that the girls in her county, in her county, Migori, have no pads. And yet, we are having these discussions. We're doing everything we can. So where is the miss? And does the government, like, what do we do? Does the government have a part to play in all this?
Okay, so I think where maybe we as Kenyans are a bit dropping the ball is in distribution. Does the government have the goodwill, have the capacity to distribute and to give out these free sanitary towels to the girls? Yes. Previously, it was cited that lack of goodwill is what made the girls not receive the sanitary towels in terms of budgetary allocations. But now, the budgetary allocations have been made and have been increased, in fact, from 240 to 400 million. So we have the goodwill, we have the girls, we have the numbers. It is just an issue of distribution, timely distribution. For example, now with this COVID, we've not had our girls receive the second term disbursement of the sanitary towels. Reason because it was first term, and then the corona came, and then the girls went home. However, is that reason enough for these girls not to receive said sanitary towels?
And let me just take it back kidogo too, because I remember before this docket was a Basic Education Act, right?
Yeah.
It fell squarely on the Ministry of Education. So they took the docket to the State Department of Gender. Yes, and they tried it out.
That's under the social protection.
Oh yes, yes, that is true. And this was done by they had help from the women reps, right?
Yeah.
So they tried it with the deputy county commissioners like that, and to up to that level of the head teacher or the school manager. So this system clearly didn't work.
It's not working.
It's not working. And there are many gaps.
In the distribution channel, there were many gaps. In even the procurement, we had stories of expired sanitary towels that were being repackaged to be taken to these girls. In the same acquisition of these sanitary towels to be given to the school girls, we have people, high-ranking officials within the same ministry being mentioned for construction companies that were awarded tenders to distribute to supply the government with the sanitary towels. So you see, there are gaps, true. But is the government trying? Is it willing to do the right thing? Yes. Should there be more structures for this? Definitely. Should there be innovation to help in the distribution and the delivery system? I think the answer is absolutely yes. Because the government has the number of girls. The government knows where these girls are. The government can track each and every girl in.
But it's there's a buzz. It's not really a buzz because it's necessary that periods don't stop for pandemics.
True.
So my question was, and we know we have a well-able CS for education, Magoha, and the right. Why has this been disrupted by COVID-19, the distribution? Or is it that they need to figure out the structures? So what we are saying is that the government should call out, and the Ministry of Education should really call out for innovations, call out for ideas of how to make this work. I know there's a huge pressure of even how do we reopen schools, but let's not sideline the fact that periods don't stop for pandemics.
Yeah, so true. I mean, in terms of innovations, there's a lot going on, from the manufacturing of the sanitary towels themselves to the distribution of said sanitary towels, and even the menstrual hygiene education that's going on right now. So I think we just want to say kudos to the Ministry of Education that is currently being headed by Professor Magoha. You have done a superb job. And in the meantime also, I think you should be open to ideas and suggestions on how to improve the distribution of the sanitary towels to the schoolgirls, even while they are still at home, right? And also, I think something important to note is we should do something on reducing the taxation on the inputs that go into manufacturing the sanitary towels themselves. I mean, if it is on cotton, if it is on whatever fabric that is needed to make the sanitary towels.
And I agree. Okay, are there local manufacturers?
There are local manufacturers in Kenya who make quality sanitary towels.
Okay, so we are seeing a revamp of the textile industry.
Yeah.
We're seeing a revamp of all these things. The future right now is going to encourage cotton farmers, especially in Ukambani. I've had that talk. Let's plant cotton. So that is all we had for today. We just wanted to give you a brief overview of the podcasts you can expect from us that will span throughout this week to discuss basically MHM and what needs to be done and what we can do. And yeah, there's a need for holistic approaches, definitely, to menstruation. The education bit, the innovation bit, the access bit, it has to be all mashed up into one holistic package solution that makes sense. So Linda, what is your parting shot?
I just want to say a big shout out to all entrepreneurs who are innovating in this MHM space. A big shout out to all the NGOs and CSOs who are in the same space. And yeah, to everyone, including the Ministry of Education, Gender, even to our women reps. Yeah. So kudos for the good job.
Please reach out to us through Dialerpad. That's our Instagram, Dialerpad Facebook, at Dialerpad Twitter. If you also want to be a part of this discussion, we can definitely put you in there, especially if you're from other countries in Africa. We'd love to hear what our African
Brothers and sisters
are up to.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Pan-Africanism, even in periods. So catch you later, you guys.
Ta-ta!
Ta-ta!